Hello! Welcome back. Today I'm very excited to talk about a book that I enjoyed immensely, and that book is The Ferryman by Justin Cronin. You'll probably recognize Justin Cronin's name from The Passage, which is his most popular work, and The Ferryman, I was just picking it up because this is the first book in a trilogy, and before I dive into a trilogy, I like to read a standalone from the author, and I was pleasantly surprised by The Ferryman. I enjoyed it immensely. The Ferryman is a pretty decent sized book. It'll take you a few days to read it. 538 pages. I read it on Kindle because I didn't want to get that big book if I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it. Didn't want it taking up that much space on my shelves. Welcome to Prospera, an isolated island nation that seems to be just a paradise, almost an absolute utopia. This story follows Proctor Bennett, the ferryman. And what does a ferryman do in Prospera? When individuals near the ends of their lives, they are escorted by a ferryman to the ferry. And the ferry supposedly takes those who are passengers on the boat to another island, where they are reincarnated to live another life on Prospera. Seems weird, right? After a series of unfortunate events, Proctor Bennett starts to believe, starts to wonder, starts to become suspicious that Prospera is not what it seems to be. The story begins to unfold, and what follows is a thrilling adventure with a plethora of plot twists. And Justin Cronin's able to just keep the tension building. The pacing of this book truly is breakneck. And Justin Cronin's able to maintain this tension, this sense of excitement for almost all 538 pages. And he just did it masterfully, in my opinion. One thing I enjoyed very much about the reading experience of The Ferryman is just how disorientating of a read it is. I was confused. I didn't know what was going to happen. There were plot twists I did not see coming. But I couldn't put it down despite the confusion. And that's just a beautiful thriller in my book. I would definitely recommend this book to people who are fans of the Wayard Pines trilogy by Blake Crouch. It's a trilogy I enjoyed immensely. No book has ever captured the same magic, but The Ferryman comes pretty dang close. The Ferryman is a book filled with a lot of thoughtful emotional highs that'll make you feel grateful for what you have, and a lot of devastating, depressing emotional lows that'll just break your heart. And I'm not sure if the high points and the low points balance out. I would definitely say that this book is more sad than it is happy. And probably the feeling you'll have towards the end of this book is bittersweet. And maybe you'll be a little thankful and a little scared. There's definitely a very interesting emotional cocktail in The Ferryman that I just found very compelling. In my humble opinion, Proctor is not a very likable protagonist. He does things that make you hate him. That being said, he's very easy to feel empathy for, and he's very easy to root for, and you'll find yourself rooting for him for the entirety of this adventure. One thing that's very important to me as a reader is that I walk away from a book, that I walk away from a story with a feeling of catharsis. I like to know exactly what happens at the end of the story. And I didn't get that from The Ferryman. That being said, the ending, while it may not have been exactly cathartic, it was satisfying. I did not get everything that I wanted, but I did get what I needed. Some characters, I feel like they didn't get what they deserved, whether that be good or bad. But I do think that the conglomerate of emotions I got from the ending was just incredibly unique. I would say this book was bittersweet at the end. I would say it was tragic at the end. I would say it was hopeful. I would say it was happy. I'd say it was thought-provoking. Just a very confusing conglomerate of emotions I had at the conclusion of this book. I'm still thinking about it. I found it incredibly moving and very thought-provoking. And I just don't think I will ever be completely over this read. And that's something special. The conclusion of this book was definitely not what I was anticipating. And many people who read this book felt the exact same. You will not see the ending of this book coming, and that just adds to the thrill. This is a modern science fiction story, so obviously there's going to be some political commentary on class struggle and how our actions affect the future. It's not too heavy-handed, but it is 2024, and that's to be expected. I didn't think it was done badly. I think Justin Cronin is a very good writer, and I found his political commentary to be not obnoxious. So there you have it, my scattered thoughts about a book I enjoyed immensely. I do wish I could read this book again for the first time, because I don't think it would stir the same emotions in me on a reread. But that's life. Thank you guys for watching this book review video. If you liked it, push the little thumbs up icon below. Subscribe to my channel if you want to hear me talk about any other books, or if you just want to follow me along my reading journey. Push the little notification bell below so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys next time.